The Kansas City Chiefs entering OTAs and training camp had a few areas that a lot of fans wanted to see get addressed. Obviously, with everything going on with Rashee Rice, as we all know, it was good to see him in pads and in uniform out there with the team, as he will continue to go through training camp and OTAs while the legal process goes on. Xavier Worthy, one of the most exciting prospects in this year's draft class, will be an observer during OTAs, as Andy Reid wants to monitor his hamstring and make sure he is fully healthy and strong for when the season starts. Andy said he would rather him be hurt now than in the regular season, but one thing that was a main focus for Mahomes and this entire offense during OTAs was working on the deep ball, because we all saw last year as this team really didn't find much success in the deep pass game. We all have seen Mahomes and the Chiefs dominate the league by their high firepower offense, and last season that production slowed down. But with the roster they have this season, there's no doubt there will be plenty of deep passes. Patrick Mahomes is very confident in the addition of Hollywood Brown, as he adds another deep threat to this offense. We've had moments since the departure of Tyreek that made people wonder if Mahomes needed a top-tier receiver in an offense, but he showed it back-to-back years that he can get it done with any group he has. So when you add to the receiver group this offseason, it really is the best thing this team could have done. Also, bringing back Chris Jones was very important to this team as well. It has been over 20 years since a team has gone into this season with the ability to get a three-peat, so the Chiefs have the opportunity to make history, but the NFL isn't going to make it easy for them. When the schedule was released, a lot of Chiefs fans said the league was even purposely trying to make their chances even harder, giving them some pretty tough games early on, starting with back-to-back AFC Championship rematches with the Ravens in Week 1 and the Bengals in Week 2. These are both going to be very high anticipated games, very competitive too, as we always see good matches between these two teams. In Week 3, the Chiefs will also have to play the Falcons team that had a very good offense, adding Kirk Cousins and weapons to an already solid offense. The Chiefs definitely have one of the hardest schedules, but honestly, they went back-to-back. I'm not surprised the league threw a tough schedule at them. If we haven't learned anything yet, it doesn't matter what's on the schedule. Mahomes and the rest of the team is going to go out there regardless and compete. Even all regular season last year, as everyone constantly criticized the Chiefs and said they were done, none of what happened in the regular season mattered, and they were able to play some great games in the playoffs where it matters the most and get the job done after everyone was saying they couldn't even do it on the road. This team has done a handful of things to strengthen themselves for the three-peat hunt. Adding the fastest player in the NFL draft history was a very smart addition. Mahomes hasn't had a fast offense since the Legion of Zoom days, and when Mahomes has a very quick, speedy, deep threats like that, he ran through teams. This is one of the best offenses, and it's probably honestly the best offense we've seen with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Overall, I think it's the best team Mahomes has had with the Chiefs. We've seen Mahomes with a great offense before, and we've also seen him with a great defense, never both in the same season. Well, this year it's looking like the Chiefs are going to have both great offense and defense, as they were able to keep Chris Jones, the most important piece to his defense. This defense was one of, if not the best in the league last year, so I expect him to go out next season and continue to perform at a high level, especially when it comes to seeing guys like Tamari Connor and Williams progress with this team. The Chiefs have a bunch of pieces to this roster that have been developing and will be able to get their most production this upcoming season. I'm also really excited to see what Felix has been doing in the offseason. He's going to be a great piece for this team next season, the first round pick from last year's draft. This defense is still going to be one of, if not the best in the entire league, and when you pair that with an offense that will have deep threats, it's going to be scary to see what this team will be able to accomplish. We've seen Hollywood Brown working out a ton with Mahomes this offseason, but now we've also seen Hollywood and Rashee working out together in Florida. It seems like Hollywood invited him out to get some work in, which is the best thing to do. Rashee's teammates need to keep him in check and make sure he isn't getting himself into any more trouble. Hollywood and Rashee both look great when it comes to their route running abilities. Hollywood specifically looks very, very fast on his route running, so I can't wait to see what him and Mahomes will be able to get done together. Just a reminder, Hollywood is the only receiver to hit 1,000 yards with Lamar Jackson, so now he has Mahomes throwing him the ball. It's going to be a very scary sight. OTAs are a great way for us fans to see our first glimpses of these players and hear what they have to say in the media, and we're able to hear a bunch of positives about this team. Andy Reid and Mahomes are very confident in the offense they constructed this offseason, bringing in Irv Smith Jr., Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy. Also Jared Wiley and Luis Rees-Zammit. But you also have to acknowledge one of the best offensive lines that picked picked up an absolute steal in the draft in Kingsley Summatiah. Brett Veach is a very good general manager, honestly one of the best in the league, because he consistently does a good job drafting players that end up being a key piece to the team or progress and develop really well in the league. He made all the right decisions when it came to keeping the core together. We did see some departures, but we also saw a lot of additions, so I believe with the losses this team took, it won't be a problem. Bringing back linebacker Drew Tranquil was a very underrated signing for this team, as he came up big, especially when Nick Bolton was out, so it'll be very exciting to continue seeing him develop with the Chiefs. The Chiefs consistently make the right moves, and that's what separates this franchise from the rest, because even when the rest of the league and fans across the NFL don't think the Chiefs are capable of doing it, they continue to prove all the haters wrong. I even saw on TV recently someone saying there's zero chance of the Chiefs three-peating. I mean, that is just ridiculous to say that there's zero chance. The Chiefs already have everyone nervous for what they will potentially be able to accomplish this season. This is the fastest and arguably the best offense Mahomes has had. I personally think it's the best. This offense is going to be so much better than what we saw last season. The Chiefs still have Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore, who a lot of Chiefs fans have checked off, but they still have room for growth and have a roster spot, so you just hope you can see some good strides from them this season and no more turnovers from Kadarius Toney. The offense in general is just in a way better spot than what it was last year. Last season, we saw a lot of other teams not really fear or respect this offense, especially how they used to. Often teams would double or even triple team Kelsey, and a lot of times that would work, but now there shouldn't be a problem with spreading the floor and getting other players open, especially Travis, who last year was very close to hitting 1,000 yards again. I mean, if he played the last game against the Chargers, he would have hit it, but Kelsey still has shown that he can produce highly with this offense. People are saying he's slowing down and not playing like he used to, but by watching what he was doing in this recent playoff run, I'm very confident Travis will still go out there and play at a high level. He consistently is one of the best tight ends in the league every single year, putting up wide receiver stats, so to just say that he's not going to be able to produce highly anymore makes no sense. It's going to be a lot more exciting watching this offense, as a lot of games, especially in the playoffs, they were honestly carried by the defense, rightfully so, but now it's going to be interesting to see everything they will be able to get done this season with a way better offense, because realistically they have 3 receivers who are each capable of all recording 1,000 yards each, and it's also very possible for Mahomes to hit over 5,000 passing yards and 50 touchdowns again. Like I've already said, this will be the best offense Mahomes has had in a while, so it'll be exciting and a relief for Chiefs fans, as it was rough some games last year watching this offense. I mentioned it earlier, Luis Rezamin running back, and I wouldn't be surprised to see any trick plays Andy Reid comes up with. I mean, it's just so interesting to see the Chiefs continue to make signings that just continue to help this team. Every single year they have a good signing that ends up helping them in the long run, so it'll be very interesting to see who's going to step up this year. If you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and you turn the notification bell on so you never miss a Chiefs video or any video at all. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below what you're most excited for next season, and I'll see you in the next one.